Good morning once again, dear students. I hope you are coping well with the modules that you are doing. Now for this time, I'd like to welcome you back to our class. Now before we start, I'd like you to prepare the things that you're going to do, your modules, the activity sheets, your pens, and other notes for you to take down the things that you need for today's lesson. And I would like to remind you as well that in the case there are still things that you are not familiar with or that you did not understand, please feel free to message me as you accomplish your modules. I am very much willing to help you with whatever things that can help you in accomplishing this module. Okay, so let's get started. So the title of this activity is Print and Broadcast Media. Now, if you notice nowadays, there are so many things that are happening around us, and I just wonder, how do you know these things? Do you refer to your cell phone, to the television, the internet, the radio, the newspaper, the magazines, and the like? So these are the things that we will be talking about in this lesson. Okay, so I'd like you to take a look at the two pictures that are shown on the screen. The first one, there's a television, there are cameras. Now on the other hand, the second picture shows a newspaper. It's written on paper. So based on these two pictures, I'd like you to take down what are the differences that you notice from these things. And this will be the backbone of the lesson for today. So we are actually talking about two forms of media or two forms of sources of information. The first one is what we call as the print media. So when we say print media, it is a news organization such as newspapers and magazines that produce news and stories that are meant to be read. So take note of the word read, that are meant to be read. So this is the definition of print media. Now to further understand that, let's try to take a look at the following. Let's see the characteristics of a print media. The number one we have here, it gives reliable information. So we can get information from a print media. The second one, it attracts people with colorful and attractive photos together with the article. So again, those are photos. Photos are presented in the print media. And then the other one is portable and can be read anywhere and anytime. So we can actually carry them wherever we go. We can read them anytime we want, and we can have them anywhere. As long as you have it with you, it can be accessible. And then we have here print media, or basically newspapers, usually focus on news events, while magazines are on entertainment. So again, we have here the news events and magazines for entertainment. So these are the characteristics of a print media. Now, what are examples of print media? So example of a print media, we have the following. Number one, we have the flyers, we have newspapers, we have brochures, magazines. So those are the examples of print media. Now, let's move to the second one. We have here broadcast media. So prior to that, we have the print media, and now this time we have here the broadcast media. So when we say broadcast, a broadcast media, on the other hand, is a news organization that supplies people with news in a format that can be heard or viewed. So we can listen to it, we can watch it. Okay, so that is basically the characteristics of a broadcast media. However, to further understand this one, let's try to take a look at the characteristics of a broadcast media. So the first one we have here, it attracts people with colorful and attractive photos and videos. So in the print media, we only have photos. On the broadcast media, we have here photos and videos. And then it is more accessible to people. So in the print media, you can carry it anywhere, you can read it anytime. Now when we say more accessible to more people under the broadcast media, we already have here our cell phones. We can check them anytime for as long as we are on internet or we have internet with us, then we can actually see them. Now most establishments also have their televisions and radios, so we can listen to them and we can watch them. So broadcast media became more accessible to more people. Also, broadcast media focuses on both news and entertainment, unlike the print media where newspaper mostly present news events, while magazines and brochures have entertainment. Under the broadcast media, we have here both news and entertainment. So these are the characteristics of a broadcast media. Now, to further understand, let's have the examples of broadcast media. So we have here television. We are very much familiar with that. We have radio, and we have online streaming. So broadcast media on television in the Philippines, there are major television channels. We have ABS-CBN, we have GMA, we have TV5. For radio in our locality or in our province, we have here Bombo Radio, we have here DZRH, and Live. For online streaming, with the advent of technology, we have here internet streaming, online streaming. We can just click on some links and we can already view or watch events or entertainment. So these are examples of broadcast media. So there we go. We have here kinds of or forms of media in which we can see or in which we can access information and news events. We have here print media and broadcast media. Alright, so before we end our lesson, we would just like to thank photos that are lifted. Let's give credits to owners of the photos that are lifted or are used in our presentation for today. So credits to the owners, or photos are lifted from the internet. Alright, so there you are. As you accomplish your module, I'd like you to refer to the following, and then again, please feel free to message me if there are questions that are not clear in accomplishing your module. So once again, enjoy learning, and thank you very much. I'll be seeing you in our next class. Thank you and goodbye.